Oh boy, another day. Another fucking day. Another day to be amazing. Another day to fucking take on presence. Another day to take on the identity that you desire. There is no need to ever think that you can't have what you say you want. In terms of women, in terms of location, in terms of status, in terms of power, right? You can have it all, only if you allow yourself to, right? To think that you've built a business, to think that you've built a system and a structure that allows you the freedom, but doesn't give you the power because you don't know how to wield it is baffling. Take 2 seconds to understand where is it that you are in your setup, right? Are you at rock bottom when it comes to women? Are you at rock bottom when it comes to self-respect? Are you at rock bottom when it comes to having other men revere you and fear you, right? Assess the playing field, right? Assess where you sit. That's one of the most important things that I think a lot of founders, a lot of operators, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of executives do not really assess because you're great at what you do. Rarely do you have to really check yourself because everything in terms of systems is going well. All of it looks like it's going well. Your employees are fed, right? Your business is booming. Your business is growing. Things are going in your favor to some degree. Until you turn the fucking lights off in the office, until your employees log out, until you get home with your wife, until it's time to play with your kids, until it's time to deal with the actual things that matter on this fucking planet, which are the people that you're connected to on a personal level and not just on a business level. And even in business, you might even find yourself disappearing in rooms that you wish you had power over or power in. And it's because you're allowing your identity to be attached to the business success and not to a true source of authenticity and architecture that can wield the very power that you seek in. When you look at all these powerful men around you, when you look at the circles that you operate in, when you look at the advantages that come with moving as a man who redirects his reality with every decision he makes, you see a common thread, and that's one, an internal structure that is fortified by truth, right? And authenticity to self, right? There's a soul level charge there, which means you're aligned somewhere in your life. But also, you're seeing people almost actively pursue the things that they desire and make decisions to make sure that the cause that they put in gives them the effect that they're looking for. And so when you start to really sit back and say, I've made all the money and I have all of the resources, but I don't have necessarily the power, then it's to sit and say, what decisions can I make right now that will open up the door, not only to power, but more access to the relationships that I already have? Because I want you to start to think, does your wife treat you a specific way only because you make the money? Or does she treat you in the most optimal way desired because she likes the man that you have become? Or is it performative? Because you don't think women can be performative as well? Of course they can. Of course they can. They can sit there and they can play, right? And then you see her, how she reacts to younger men, how she may hug up on younger men. And you, as a 40, 50, 60, hell, 35, you might be losing it already. You're not in shape. You don't take care of yourself. So what does her nature do? It looks for the best structure. And physically, you don't have it. So what does that mean? Every time she gets introduced, every time you introduce a business partner, every time you introduce a new fella that you may have relations with, she might look at him a certain way because he is outperforming you in that sector, which is one of the most important. Physical. If there's a physical threat, can you defend yourself? Can you defend your wife? Can you defend your kids? Can you defend your family unit? Right? We know you can defend the money because you're good with it. You're good at making it. But now it's time to work on all the other structural things because that's a part of the identity that you must obtain. You can't just sit back on your computer and say, hey, fuck it, I did it. I'm good. I can sit back and smoke a cigar on the fucking golf course, and I'm fine. No, 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 no. Relax, right? Don't just get giddy because the money's here. Get giddy when all levels and all things in your life are no longer in the weaker sector or the mediocre sector, but optimized at the peak, right? And that's when you'll feel soul level charge because you're activated in all sectors and they're all aligned. Alignment simply is a straight line, right? Are all the parts of your life stacking up to be the same, right? Are you doing the things that you know you should be doing? Are you moving in the circles that you know you should be moving? Are you amplifying your value not only through money, but also through the structural integrity to get others to understand the value that your money gives you access to? It's a real thing. There's no need to buy women. There's no need to think that you can't have whatever you want because you're already wielding a force within you that gives you and grants you the power to do so. You should have dominion over everything that you touch, right? Everything. And the only reason you don't is because you won't allow yourself to. The identity that you've attached your understanding to of self is based upon a permission slip. You think you need permission to do the things that you want to do, when that's just not true. You can become, do, go anywhere you want to go, as long as you first tell yourself, yes, I'm going there. Yes, I'm taking on that relationship. Yes, I'm taking on that girl, even if she rejects me, because it's not that you need her, it's that you want her. And because you want her, you know you can have her. Because you can bend reality with this very soul level charge that you have. We all have it. It's just that you might have to activate it in a different way than you once thought. So don't get lost in the sauce when it comes to business. Don't get lost in the sauce of the money. Don't get lost in the sauce of the relationships and the access that money grants you because you have a business. Your business is your business, not your identity. Your identity is something completely different. And the second you realize that, you have to build up your architecture within your personal life and claim that identity as yours, is when you get the things that you're looking for. You start to build your body because now your body is an external reflection of the internal discipline that holds everything that you hold dear or desire as dear, right? Women spot you from a mile away. You walk in a room and men have to turn their head because you are a level threat. If you continue to operate at the levels that you operate right now, whether you're fat, skinny, indifferent, don't care, lazy, no one's going to see you, right? And all your money is going to do is give you access to the rooms that everyone's going to ignore you in. So why bother, right? Then you think you're depressed. You're not fucking depressed. You're not depressed at all. You just have no direction in your identity and the architecture needed to wield the power that you're looking for. Power is very simple, right? And if I were to give you a task, right, take the time to go out, go to a bar, go to a restaurant, go to a lively place in your city and just observe the lay of the land, right? Where does all the power navigate to? Where do the women look, right? How do they operate when certain men walk into the room? Do they touch their hair? Do they fidget with their neck? Are they showing the most vulnerable sides of them? Because if they are, they're attracted to the guy that just walked in the room. Do men look around and always then prepare themselves to kind of glance in that direction? That's because power is usually in that direction. If there was no level threat over there, why would I bother worry about it? Right? When your back's against the wall, do you worry about the wall? No, it's not going to harm you. So if a man's showing you his back and doesn't really assess you as a threat, even though, I mean, they should, but if they're not, then you're nowhere in the lens for men. So it takes a little bit of awareness to see how the dynamics of power actually operate, but then also how, once you interject yourself in, how do you then disrupt that field or dynamic, right? Do you blend into the background? Do people just ignore you? It's a real thing. And the better you get at reading power dynamics, the better you get at understanding yourself and how you fit in those power dynamics, the better you are at wielding the power that comes with entering those rooms that you have access to with the money that you have. It's an identity gap that you have. You don't have anything else. There's no depression, no anxiety, no feeling out or misunderstood or all of this shit. Yes, all of that is real, but at the same time, it all sources from one thing, and that's the identity gap that you're not willing to face because you understand where it's going to take you and what you're going to have to let go. And you're probably holding on to the fucking comforts that keep you in your cozy little den, blaming everybody else for the problems in your life and never looking in the fucking mirror to see the actual person who is causing damage, which is you. And until you understand that very fact, you will continue to suffer. You will continue to think you're depressed. You will continue to be anxious. You will continue to not step up to the women that you want. You will continue to not run the rooms of power that you're walking into. You will continue to not be feared or revered as that guy in any room that you walk into. Now, does that sound like a fucking life that you want to continue to live? I don't think so. And it's not, if it's not, and you really want to change your identity, listen, the link is in the description below. But you can't consider yourself, but you can't keep blaming the world for problems that you have the power to change. Consider yourself one.